Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, today I'm going to be doing you a Celtic cross. I've been off for a few days. I've actually been vesting. I feel like I've gone through a massive transition. Face has been a bit puffy, body's been a bit all over the place. And so I've taken a couple of days off. Okay, the energy's definitely shifted within me. So this is my first reading since this energetic shift. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers, so I noticed, and I've been noticing the Lovers card has been flying around for this week, most definitely. It's Saturday today. Wow. Okay, so I think we should do some research on the Lovers. Let's have a look and check out what the Lovers card actually means. Okay, let me pop this down. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm just going to go with whatever comes up. First, the Lovers represent relationships and choices. Its appearance in a spread indicates some decision. Let's see more about this. Okay. Oh, it's totally taken that part away. Let's go with Biddy Tarot comes up first. Okay, the Lovers description. Well, when the card's upright, it means love, harmony. Let's get rid of this advert. Love, harmony, relationships, value, alignment. Oh, that's interesting. Not value, but values, alignment, and choices. The values alignments is something that I can resonate with. The reverse meaning is self-love, disharmony, imbalance, misalignment of values. So I feel we're really looking at our alignment of our values today. Lover's description. The Lover's card shows a naked man. Let me hold this up so you can see it. So the Lover's card shows a naked man and woman standing beneath the angel Raphael, whose name means God heals and represents both physical and emotional healing. The angel blesses the man and woman and reminds them of their union with the divine. The couple stands in a beautiful fertile landscape, reminiscent of the Garden of Eden. Behind the woman stands a tall apple tree, with a snake winding its way up the trunk. The serpent and apple tree represent the temptation of sensual pleasures that may take one's focus away from the divine. Behind the man is a tree of flames, which represent passion, the primary concern of the man. Okay, so the snake represents for the feminine the temptation of sensual pleasures that may take her away from the divine. Her focus may take her away. You're being lured away, okay, by passion. Or sensual pleasures, the desire for it. Let's get back to this, Lucy. The serpent and the apple tree represent the temptation of sensual pleasures that may take one's focus away from the divine. So I feel divine feminine here, this is kind of just pointing out how your sexual desire can overtake you. Okay. But behind the man is a tree of flames, which represents passion, the primary concern of the man. Okay. But he's concerned about passion. You're trying to I can't say dull your flame, but it's definitely about your fires of passion, having to contain them. And then, for some reason, the masculine has a concern over this. Okay, it's his primary concern. Passion. The 12 flames suggest the 12 zodiac signs, the symbol of time and eternity. The man looks to the woman who watches the angel, showing the path of the conscious to the subconscious to the superconscious, or from physical desire to emotional needs to spiritual concerns. There's a lot going on there. Okay. So the man looks to the woman, the divine feminine. The divine feminine watches the angel, and the angel is showing the path of the conscious to the subconscious to the superconscious, or from physical desire to emotional needs to spiritual concerns. So I'm feeling as if you have a lot of desire of divine feminine, and the masculine has a concern regarding his desire. Okay. The volcanic mountain in the background is rather phallic and represents the eruption of passion that happens when man and woman meet in full frontal nudity. I'd say you're up for it, divine feminine, and the divine masculine maybe seems to have some insecurities here. Okay. I feel about him getting up close, personal, naked, full frontal with you. Upright lovers. Okay, that's what it says. Upright lovers. In its purest form, the Lovers card represents conscious connections and meaningful relationships. The arrival of this card in a tarot reading shows that you have a beautiful, soul-honouring connection with a loved one. You may believe you have found your soulmate or life partner, and the sexual energy between you both goes way beyond instant gratification and lust to something that is very spiritual and almost tantric. While the Lovers card typically refers to a romantic tie, it can also represent a close friendship or family relationship where love, respect and compassion flow. The Lovers is a card of open communication and raw honesty. Given that the man and woman are naked, they are both willing to be in their most vulnerable states and have learned to open their hearts to one another and share their truest feelings. They shape the container from which trust and confidence can emerge, and this makes for a powerful bond between the two. In the reading, this card is a sign that by communicating openly and honestly with those you care about, you will create a harmonious and fulfilling relationship built on trust and respect. Okay. So again, I'm feeling as if the divine feminine, she's quite willing to bear all. Divine masculine, what's going on? Are you there yet? On a more personal note, doesn't say that, on a more personal level, the Lovers card represents getting clear about your values and beliefs. You are figuring out what you stand for and your philosophy, having gone through the indoctrination of the Hierophant. You are now ready to establish your belief system and decide what is and what is not essential to you. It's time to go into the big wide world and make choices for yourself, staying true to who you are and being authentic and genuine in all your endeavours. At its heart, the Lovers is about choice. The choice about who you want to be in this lifetime, how you connect with others and on what level, and about what you will and won't stand for. To make good choices, you need to be clear about your personal beliefs and values and stay true to them. Not all decisions will be easy either. The Lovers card is often a sign that you are facing a moral dilemma and must consider all consequences before acting. Your values system is being challenged, and you are being called to take the higher path, even if it is difficult. Do not carry out a decision based on fear or worry or guilt or shame. Now more than ever, you must choose love. Love for yourself, love for others, and love for the universe. Choose the best version of yourself. Finally, the Lovers card encourages you to unify dual forces. You can bring together two parts that are seemingly in opposition to one another and create something that is whole, unified and harmonious. In every choice, there is an equal amount of advantage and disadvantage, opportunity and challenge, positive and negative. When you accept these dualities, you build the unity from which love flows. Okay. Then we go on to the reverse Lovers, but we're not going to be reading that one. How interesting is that? So our value system, and there was one big key point word. I thought would be a good title. Choose the best version of yourself. I love that. So it looks like this is what's occurring. We are choosing to be the best versions of ourselves. Having a look at what we do truly value. Okay, well, let's get on with the Celtic Cross then. Got sweaty palms. You left my table sweaty. No, I done that. I can't blame you. Okay. I was singing Boris Gardner. I wanna wake up with you. I wanna be there when you open your eyes. Interesting. I was just playing with a Celtic Cross before I decided to actually turn the camera on, and this is the card that came up with the challenge. So the challenge is the Ace of Swords. What I was taken to, now this is the card of resurrection. I was taken to indigo and violet at the bottom here. I'm thinking, why am I seeing indigo and violet? And because they're up towards the higher spectrum, the higher part of the spectrum. I was thinking of the rainbow or the spectrum of colours. And so I feel like we're nearly over the rainbow. What's over there? Well, that's what we're just about to find out. So the resurrections here, that's what we're talking about. The Ace of Swords is an opportunity that the divine gives you to resurrect a connection, to resurrect, I was going to say to resurrect something, but seeing as we've had the Lover's card, it's about resurrecting a connection. So what is the challenge? And I am feeling as if the challenge is more on the masculine side. Okay. I'm feeling this energy of the divine feminine being overly too passionate, and when you balance that out and you're containing it a little bit, I feel like it increases the divine masculine's passion. So if he's lacking, because it seemed to have been his primary concern, well, according to the Lover's card, is his passion, and I'm feeling as if as you contain that a bit, it's increasing within the divine masculine's energy, so like you're bringing in the balance. But let's have a look and see what the challenge is here with this resurrection. Okay. I was going to say this was a masculine, and then I wasn't really too sure. So, androgynous. That's a good state to be in. When, I was actually going to say when you've blended the opposition of the masculine and feminine energy. So it was about you not really being able to tell whether or not you're in your feminine or masculine energy, because you are a blending of both. This is actually the card of resting, healing, rejuvenating. But I was just taken to this figure here. You're just a golden child. Okay. But you have 3 swords on the top half of your body. And then with this one, this will make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, so you've been resting, healing. The Sword of Resurrection. What's this come up on my screen? Just excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that. So there's 3 swords here, and then it took me, with this would make the 4 of swords. But this is the 4 of swords, and that sword's underneath. I was going to say your slate, like it was a clean slate. There's your Sword of Resurrection. Okay. So we're pinpointing at the tip of the sword here, which is the crowning. And this sword here, this is a challenge, is actually, how do you get that from there? I think it's under the bed. Okay. I wondered if it was encased. It's not encased. There's your bed out there. There's the, what's it called, the bed frame. Look, it's just underneath there. Your sword's under the bed of resurrection. So the challenge is getting your sword, but it's just under the bed. What else is underneath the bed? Well, you tell me, what else lies under the bed? But just dismiss that. Oh my goodness. I've clicked on remind me later, and then it took me online. And then something else just came up I had to dismiss. What's going on with this? Okay. There's not monsters under the bed. Don't be silly now. That's just fear, isn't it? That's an illusion. That's just your fear manifesting. Okay, so your sword's underneath your bed. Have a look. Wonder what's lurking under your bed. Okay. What's gone on in the past? Okay, well, the wheel's turned. So you can resurrect now. You can look at that as saying tarot, or you can look at it as saying Torah. The Torah is the book of knowledge. And tarot is tapping into spiritual truths, wants to come out. Okay, so tapping into the energy. What direction? Well, look underneath your bed because your sword of resurrection's there. Okay. I don't know what that means. You might find something under your bed. Do you hear bumps going on under your bed? The supernatural. Don't get scared now. What did I hear? I think I heard a cough. It was a cough in my bedroom last night. I was like, hello. So the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever has been going on, well, something's about to change. It's the end of a cycle. So we've wrapped up a cycle. Okay. It's like a little mini cycle. We've wrapped up a cycle. It's not the World card. So what do I mean by that? Well, the World card is a complete shift into another dimension. But I feel like you're just, up leveling. Because you've got the transformation card. What's this here? Okay, let's have a look. This is your current energy. So we've got the transformation card, which is going through with the transformation, and then you're putting up a block. So you're ready. You haven't got your sword, you've got yourself a flag. You're going and waving your flag. Will you be drawing your sword or waving your flag? Okay. The flag just takes me to a skull. So it's taking me to a skull and crossbones. A pirate's life for me. Really? What are you blocking here? Because you're gritting your teeth. So you're stopping your own transformation currently. Who are you talking to? It feels like you don't have enough knowledge. You do. I've just told you that you seem to have acquired the Torah. So that means you have the rights to share the spiritual word, spiritual truths. So you have them and you've been trusted with them, and then you're blocking. You have got one foot over there. You've kind of stepped over, but you're very guarded. Defensive. Okay. When it comes to your transformation, because you don't feel as if, well, I say it, you're good enough. Look, that king's been knocked down on the floor. Your crown's there. Okay. And instead, what have you done? Well, you look like Skeletor. He looks like He-Man, look. Okay. Now you're having a chat here. I feel like you've been practicing anyway. This is the card of the Apprentice. So this is when you feel like you still need time. I remember this when I was learning how to drive. So I started to learn how to drive when I was 20. And then I got into a relationship and my driving lessons kind of went out of the window because I'd rather stay at home in bed doing other stuff than attending to my driving lessons. Well, my husband drove. He became my husband. He drove, and I never really found the necessity at the time. I never found. Yeah, it wasn't necessary for me to drive. But then when I got to, I think I was about 30, I kind of said, I'm going to learn how to drive. So I learned how to drive a bit later on. I might have been a bit older than that. I can't remember. And I learned how to drive, but I needed to know, the older I get, like the more details I want to know. So I was a bit of a nightmare because I wanted to know how everything operated. So when you put your foot down on the clutch, I wanted to know what happened and why I needed to do that. And I was looking for all details of, I just wanted me to be perfect. So I was taking these lessons, and it was my instructor that kind of said, are you actually going to go for your theory? And she's like, because I want to put you in for your test. So it was kind of, I had to be pushed along. So, but then when I went for my theory, that was really easy. Okay, that was cool. But I didn't tell anyone I was doing these. So they knew I was taking driving lessons, but I didn't tell anyone I was taking my theory test. And I didn't tell anyone when I was taking my driving test either. So I must be telling you this for a reason. So I went into my theory test, and I had purchased a PC, a kind of training on the theory test. And I just continuously just kept going over it and going over it and going over it. So when I actually got into the test itself, when the questions come up, I just very quickly clicked away, answered all the questions, kind of rested back in my seat once it was done. And the lady came over and she said, you need some help? And I was like, no, I'm finished. And she went, you're finished? And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. She said, do you want to go back over and double check? I went, no, I'm absolutely fine. I don't need to do that. She said, well, you can go then, but you finished extremely early. So out I go of the room, and then they've got a little desk out the front, and it's like you wait about 5 minutes for your results to come through. And I went up to the desk and they gave me my papers, and I was like, did I pass? She went, did you pass? She said, you're good enough to be a driving instructor. Boom. Okay. So obviously I was ready and well prepared. And then when I done the test, passed first time. I was the only person actually on that test that did pass, because when they all got back to the bay, they had to do a reverse bay parking, and they all failed on that. Where I didn't, I just kind of just reversed my little car in. Anyway, so yes, about being over prepared. There's a time when you can be over prepared and think too much into things. Okay. Little story time there. Okay. Should we have a look into the future then? You're going to have to find your balance. Should we say that this is the card? When I first started tarot, this was like kind of the Two of Cups card. It was the blending of not really the blending of well, yes, it was the masculine, feminine energy coming together, the Two of Pentacles. But this is about you needing to find your balance here in the physical world. When things are choppy, how do you deal with things? Okay. So it's very much a to-in and fro-in energy. Indecision, needing to find your balance. There's that rubber band effect. We picked up on that the other day. I don't really want to reread it. It was along the lines of, it's common with the masculine's energy that when the feminine pulls away, the masculine feels this pull back to the feminine. Should we have a look at what's assisting behind the scenes? Two cards. Or we've got the Devil, and we've got the Divine Feminine's card. Let's try and make some sense of this. Well, it doesn't take long, does it? The devil is the fear. And it's the fear that's blocking you here, blocking your own transformation. So you're fearing the divine feminine. Divine masculine, you have the flame. Look, the devil is igniting your passion. Okay, so I'm feeling as if all of a sudden, divine masculine, you may feel extremely passionate towards your divine feminine. Okay. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I want some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I need some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Okay. Got to have your loving. Got to have your love tonight. Hot stuff. Well, there you go. Divine Feminine's card, the Nine of Pentacles. She's calm, she's collected. Divine Masculine, you have this chain around your neck and it seems to be attached somehow to the Divine Feminine. She's got grapes. I've been hearing about grapes a lot as well. And hospital visits, and you would take grapes, wouldn't you? When you visit someone in hospital, you would take a bunch of grapes. So maybe you could feed those to the Divine Feminine. Maybe she's going to feed them to you, Divine Masculine. Role reversal, role reversal. Be that true king. Be treated like that true king. Okay. So we have the devil here. It's your fear. It's about you facing your fear. Face your fear and do it anyway. Okay. Facing the Divine Feminine. Look, she's not even facing you. She's out with nature. And here you come. Slow as a snail. In you come. Make her aware that you're there, otherwise she might tread on you by accident. Okay. How are you feeling about this? Of course, she's got all the grapes here, look. She'll nurture you, comfort you, help balance you out, Divine Masculine. Okay. It's kind of the energy of don't be a wally. You know where you're going. You know who can balance you out. There's just some restriction from you at the moment, Divine Masculine. How are you feeling about this? Can you tell us more about why you're putting up a fight? What kind of fight are you putting up? For good or evil? Let's have a look. Well, I think it's for good. Look, you're draped in these grapes now. Maybe, who's doing that? This is the King of Pentacles. I would say he would be more mature than the Nine of Pentacles because he's ready for commitment. He's ready to take care of the Nine of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles would take care of the Divine Feminine. Okay. Make sure that she's well cared and catered for. A delivery of grapes. You're copying each other. There's a parrot. So this is about your love being equal. So the Divine Feminine has been growing all these grapes here. She's got her own vineyard. And you also seem to have collected lots and lots of grapes. I actually felt like you were more in a bramble bush. Maybe you're collecting blackberries. I like blackberry picking. Okay. That's how you're feeling about yourself, the King of Pentacles. So you really are feeling as if you want to take control of this situation. But there is still a block. How is this affecting other people? It's only affecting your passion. There's the phallic there. Okay. I picked up about blackberries, but it took me to blackbirds, and now I feel like the helmet here. Helmet's not a helmet, it's a hat. Well, the helmet here, should we point out this helmet, is blue. It's feeling all alone. Bluebird. Oh dear. Have a look at your hopes or fears. after a long time of consideration. You're there, you're kind of, we can see your face now. Don't cover it up. It's like you want to cover up your face. Okay. So after a long time, a long consideration, deliberating on this. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles makes the offer. And he'd do it for the King of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel it's like very serious. It's like the energy's become extremely serious. Outcome? The High Priestess is your outcome. She has the Torah. So, Divine Feminine, you're here. With the Torah, you can see it on her lap. T-O-R-A. Work your way around this way. T-O-R-A. Torah. Seeing as the Sphinx here is pointing out, well, that's the sign of Scorpio there, which is the transformation. You're on a blank page here. It's a clean slate for you. So I feel Divine Feminine, you have the Torah, and I feel Divine Masculine, remember you are a blending of feminine and masculine. That's why it's hard to distinguish which one. You are all. You are all. You are both. You are one. You have the Torah too. Some pomegranates as well. You say they're grapes. They're grapes. Bottom of the deck. There's your counterpart. Queen of Pentacles. Oh look, you're looking at each other now. That's awesome. The Queen and King of Pentacles. That's a divine counterpart there. A divine connection. A very serious divine connection. This is a power couple. These two are going to help change the world together. That's a beautiful reading on this Saturday. Let's get some Channel of Love cards. I know you can't see the spread completely, but it's okay. I've told you what's going on. You don't need to see. You don't need to see it all. You don't need to see it all. Mr. Lover Man. You don't need to see it all. And it's like, no, I do. So I feel like the masculine energy wants to see all now. Okay. So we've got the King of Wands on the table. In the Mr. Lover Man position. King of Wands. Mature energy of this. Okay. It's like, I want to love her, man. Little Miss Needy. I'm feeling Queen of Cups, which I'm feeling as if the Divine Masculine is feeling the Divine Feminine needs me. Okay. So he's found his place where someone needs him. And the awakening of the student. The Hangman. It says that you're awakening. Yeah, I can do this. The Chariot energy. Some really nice energy, Divine Masculine. You're awakening to the fact. Okay, you've got your hands on the facts. The fact that this is yours. Happily ever after. Especially as I've kind of drawn flames on here. Twin flames. Twin flames ahoy! Oh, a pirate's life for me. Mr. Dependable, King of Pentacles. One more card. So this is when you become dependable so that the Divine Feminine can depend on you. The song's coming through. Anytime you need a friend, I will be here. Voice is gone. Okay. You've got Live in the Dow because this hasn't been spoken yet. This is, oh, come back. The Tao Te Ching, very similar to the Torah. Okay. The Torah was wrote before the Tao, and then come the Bible, I believe. I think it was that order. Okay. So, living the Tao. So, spiritual truths with the Hermit energy here. Oh, you've turned your ego over to God. Okay, very nice. Judgment. Facing your fear. Bottom of the deck, Mrs. Mystic, Queen of Wands. You are in the King of Wands energy, Mr. Lover Man. So your Divine Feminine is very appealing at the moment. It feels like you want to peel off the layers of clothes. Mrs. Mystic, very appealing. That's it. Stop with it. Let's get some random cards. And then I should pull a couple of Oracle. And we shall leave this reading here. Got a jumper. Movie. Oh, okay. We're time hopping then. Because that's the name of the movie, Jumper. I believe he jumps dimensions. Okay. It's in reverse. So I'd say this is about stopping. Yeah, stopping time. Stepping time. Stopping time. It's like making a pit stop in time. Okay. So if we've been astral travelling, time hopping, there's one particular person that I speak to, and over the last, say, 3 weeks, and the thing is, I haven't actually spoken to him in a while, and he said it again yesterday, when we was on a video call. He said to me, it feels like, he says, you keep jumping days. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, I'm speaking to you, and it's like I'm speaking to you on Monday. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll get up or move and, like, my body. It's just... And he goes, there you go, you've just... Like, I'll get up to close the window maybe, or open the window because there's, like, a loud noise outside. And then when I come back to sit down, he's like, and you've come back as Wednesday, or now you're, like, Friday. He says, you never go back. Like, it's not like you go from like Wednesday and then back to Monday. He said it's always like 1 minute you're Monday. It's like he gets a week worth of me in one conversation. I don't know what that means, but it seems I'm kind of, my energies has been time hopping in conversations. So listen, you make sense of it, okay? I'm resting at the moment, going through this transition. So that might make sense to you. I'm still trying to figure out how to kind of describe what's going on, okay, because it's energy, and it's quite hard to put words to the energy. We've got a marriage in reverse, and we've got a brother in reverse, and we've got a son in reverse. Everything looks like it's all gone tits up. We've got best friend upright though. Anytime you need a friend, I will be here. So we have a marriage in reverse, a son in reverse, and a brother in reverse, which makes me feel as if some relationships here are not harmonious. And Divine Masculine, I feel like you could really do with a friend at the moment, and you do know the right person to go to, who your best friend is. Okay. And it's definitely a healing energy that you're looking for. There's no need for you to be alone, Divine Masculine, is there? And I feel that you're just realising this. Okay, should we have a look at the journey of love? Let's have a look at the journey of love. Like I said, Divine Feminine. You could be in the Divine Masculine energy. I've heard that this week as well. Actually, someone said to me, they said, listen, is this a silly question, but is there a chance I could be in the masculine energy? So that's not like a silly question. It's, yeah, you're a blend of both. So some people get a bit triggered when I can point out, in the past, I've had people get quite triggered because I've said, I think you're in the masculine energy. It's like, no. It's like, why? I don't get what the triggering is. You're half and half. So, there you go. That's it. There you go. Simplicity. Card number 4. I've gone to Burning Hero. But it says, from the transformative fires of life's tests, you emerge now, stronger in self-belief, overcoming self-doubt and fear, and shedding the layers that have held you back from burning as a naked flame of divine love. Can you perceive the coolness fast approaching to soothe your fire-weary soul? Peace is coming to you now, a respite from the fire, before you are ready to burn into love again. Wow, that sounds spot on. But can we turn to card number 4, please? Bow to that which is simple. You will find answers to your most complex issues and those questions that seem to defy the possibility of an answer. You will find the solution now through simplicity. Live one day at a time. Have gratitude for whatever you possibly can, even if you are yet to understand why you should be grateful, because you cannot perceive the gift hiding within the struggles quite yet. Trust in the goodness of life, seeking to serve you into becoming the fullness of all that you are. Yes, beloved, even in your darkest night, the light of love is serving you. The most sophisticated of problems can be resolved through a simple answer. Love, trust, have faith, be patient, wait, and you shall see. Let simplicity be. This oracle brings you an answer. Everything is going to be all right. Don't add fuel to the fire and look for ways to sort out complicated matters prematurely. Sometimes ingredients need to cook and percolate so that they can become a meal. The circumstances with which you are struggling will right themselves in time. Stay present and be patient. Pray in your own way. Meditation, time in nature, dance and literally talk to the divine. When you need to take a clear, simple action, you will feel it. Relax and know it is all going to work out for the best. There is peace for one whose heart is open. There's your poem. There is peace for one whose heart is open. I want to get an oracle of shadows and light. Witch at the end of the world, an important end, a new beginning. I believe it's the last card in the deck. Now I picked up that I felt as if this wasn't the world energy within yourself. I believe that there's a massive shift, which we all know is occurring on our earth. You are already well prepared. You're just up leveling, because this is the Destiny card. Okay. But the Witch at the end of the world, card number 45. The message is an important end, a new beginning. About the witch at the end of the world. Storms fly about her, electrical whips crack through the heavy air with their bites of fire, and she sits among them, hugging her hourglass, holding everything together till the force creating the change has done its work. When the witch at the end of the world makes her appearance in a spread or divination casting, you will know that something's time has come. There can be no more delaying, for the change has begun. So the best thing for you to do now is prepare for this change. Find solutions to challenges that will come up when the change comes. You will be fine, by the way, and all will be well. But there will be a time of seeming chaos and difficulty. If you are prepared and ready to let go and change and let something end, the little witch's countdown will not affect you as it will affect others who refuse to acknowledge that changes are coming and become fearful at their inevitable approach. There is nothing to fear, but plenty to prepare for. You will be safe and well and very ready to embrace the new world. The witch at the end of the world speaks. I am not wicked, but I am a witch, and changes are made when the world bends and shifts. I hold this hourglass up to you now, so you know that the time for an ending is almost upon us. You can see the signs all about you, the strange weather, the hurricanes, the cyclones, the earth changes all about us, but so many simply say I am wicked for showing you this. They blame me for what they call the catastrophes, and they ignore the signs. They are with you, and it is time to be ready. We are all about to experience a huge change, and it will be for the better. But while we hold on to the old, the storm will blast us, and the land will shift, and self-healing will look like destruction. The divination message. Experience an important and significant rearrangement of life on a personal or global level, affecting power sources, systems and relationships, changing law, legal systems, the economy, and values and beliefs. There may be a need to be able to live more simply and in harmony with nature. There is nothing to be frightened of, only a voyage to weather, and you'll make it through to the other side of the storm. The changes are part of our journey to a fifth dimensional world, or the shift to a more peaceful planet where shadows and light are loved and accepted. All is well, and a little witch will keep the world safe till we reach the other side of these changes. All is well, all is well, all is well. Wow, what a massage? I'd love one. What a message. Want a massage? Should we have a look at an affirmator? Let's have a look at an affirmator. Wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theatre. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. And when something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. I'm going to end with a Mother Mary card. Excuse me. Interesting. All I keep singing is, who's in the house? Hip house. Who's in the house? Hip house. So, okay. So, I do apologise. I'm not going to apologise. Well, I do, because it's quite random, isn't it? Who's in the house? Hip house. If I didn't say it out loud, it was just screaming in my ears. So, okay, it's done. It's done. Who's in the house? Hip house. Okay. We have Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. It's a beautiful card. Whispering, they were just screaming that in my ear. Let's read this message. I've just got to, that's it. Oh, find my balance. Not sure what that was that dropped upstairs. Okay. I want to be close to you, my cherished child, so I dwell within your heart. From that sacred place I speak to you daily. Can you feel my presence? I am the voice within that assures you all is well. I am the feeling in your heart that tells you it is all right to trust, no matter what appears to be. I am the knowing in your heart that every prayer you speak is heard and answered by me instantly. I am the joy and relief in your heart as you realise that your answered prayers are already unfolding in divine perfection. Listen for me and know peace within. The clearest guidance is not always the loudest voice. Sometimes fear and doubt yell, where love and trust speak quietly but consistently from deep within the heart. You are being asked to trust in the truths of your heart, even if they seem quieter than voices of fear from within you or coming from those around you. The truths of the heart cut through emotional reactions and mental anguish. The heart simply speaks of what is, without distortion. When we hear the heart speak, we know in our bones that what is spoken of is true. Hearing the heart truths may necessitate an action that we would rather not take. Perhaps we need to wait for more of the picture to become clear to us, for a way forward to be shown, when we would dearly just love to act and have the whole situation over and done with. Or perhaps the time for action has come, and we can see the invitation to move forward opening up. To accept that invitation may require a deeply saddening goodbye, a great loss, or a temporary loneliness, even whilst we may sense the wonder and happiness of that which calls us to move on. Our Lady of the Whispering Heart speaks to us of courage, of trust, and inner knowing. She tells us to trust our inner truths above and beyond any opinion of any other. You will know deep within what needs to happen and when. The details are held in the loving genius of the Divine Mother and revealed through your heart in the perfect way and at the perfect time. All you need to do is listen and apply, with patience and trust, the wisdom that is felt from within. If you are finding it hard to hear that wisdom, the Divine Mother says this to you. What would your heart say if it was completely free from fear? This oracle also speaks of an important message that is coming to you now or will very soon. This message is either in an answer to a prayer already uttered or an answer to a question you didn't even know that you held within. Pay attention to your heart using the following healing process and affirmation to help connect with this important guidance within. Your world is changing, beloved. You have all the guiding light that you need for this change to be a healing one, even if some sadness is a necessary rite of passage into your greater emerging happiness. Have faith, the Mother is with you, guiding you through your heart always. This oracle has come to remind you of this and to let you know that now, in particular, she is whispering to you, and what you feel in your heart is truth. Interesting, page number 22. Bringing those 11 together. Okay. Let's do the healing process and affirmation. Sit quietly with your hands on your heart. You can have your right hand resting gently over your left hand as it rests at the centre of your chest. Feel tenderness and love for yourself as you allow a gentle smile to soften at the corners of your mouth. Say either quietly in your mind or aloud. Whatever my heart feels is sacred emotion. It is fuel for my holy process of change and spiritual growth. I accept it willingly and ask for the Holy Mother's grace and unconditional love to help me hear, honour, and respond to my heart's truths now and always. Now imagine that you and your heart are in harmony with each other. Different waves of coloured light flow from your heart, and you respond to each wave of colour with love. Imagine just receiving the colours as they flow and acknowledging them with love. The colours may be many or few. This process may take a few seconds or several minutes. Just sit with your heart and allow an exchange of energy. During this time, you may have clear, conscious realizations of inner guidance, which you can neutrally acknowledge and accept with gratitude. You may also have a very subtle experience with not much thought and no words at all, which is perfectly healing in its own way. Stay with and accept whatever your sacred communication is at this time. Know that you are receiving your heart's intelligence, even if at a subconscious level, and when it is time for it to be known consciously, it will rise to the surface of your awareness. When you are ready, you may like to finish the healing process with this affirmation. The truths of my heart are made clear by Mother Mary's loving grace. She speaks through my heart, and I hear her whisper truth. All guidance that I need is with me now. In this I trust, through my own divine nature and her perfect grace. It is so. That's a real beautiful reading today, guys. Okay, let's leave it there. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care, much love. Bye for now.